Welcome to Interceptor Beyond podcast. My name is Arthur, and this is the Green Room Sessions episode 4, Metal Edition. This time I was at the Escape Metal Bar, and I interviewed two metal bands. One Swedish band, Screamer, and one Austrian band, Legion of Bokor. Really cool bands, really cool people, check them out. As usual, each interview is followed by the song. Also, at the end of the episode, there's an outro where I talk about my experience of going to the bar, the Escape Bar. The time codes are in the description. Don't forget to follow this podcast on any platform that you're listening this podcast at. So right now, just click the follow button, like button, share button, I don't know, rate this podcast. On Spotify, you can rate it. And don't forget, you can help out the podcast by subscribing to the Patreon page, where you get the early access to all the episodes way ahead of all other people, which is awesome. Plus, you get some additional exclusive material and you join a really nice code community. You would help podcast grow a lot. Anyways, let's talk to Screamer.
I'm Dejan. I play guitar in Screamer.
Excellent, Dejan. So, first of all, great show. We are at the Escape right now in Vienna. You played two new songs from the new album, right? The Hellfire and
Kingmaker, yeah.
Kingmaker.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is that you sound like the sound from the voice of Andreas is a little bit lower than usual. Is it correct, or it's just me?
Yes and no. We worked. We wrote these songs. We worked a lot to bring out how can we bring out the best voice of him. And we found that some songs, maybe lowering the key, made him sound more powerful, and it fitted the songs, and it gave it more power. So we worked a bit with that and all kinds of things.
But if we compare it to the previous albums, it's different. Yeah. Would you say it? Like, in what way is it different?
I think my goal was we wanted to sound 12% more metal.
What does it mean?
I don't know.
Why 12?
I don't know.
But you wanted more metal, more heavy metal.
Just a bit more, because before we've always been like with both legs in the 70s rock in the 80s, but now we just want a bit more edge to it, and we felt that was a good direction for this album.
You mean like being more modern? On what do you mean?
No. Just sounding more metal, like
metal. Iron Maiden metal.
More Painkiller.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, it's, we don't know yet. This episode will come out 2 days before the release of Kingmaker.
Okay.
Right. So that's like on Wednesday or something like this, right? So that's why we can discuss it a little bit in the details. All right. So you are recording. So you made this album like around last year, something. The new album, Kingmaker.
We began writing the album in like after Christmas last year. So end of 2020, me and Henrik got together, wrote most of the songs.
Like 2 years ago.
Yeah, at the end of 2020.
Yeah,
and then we started working on the songs in 2021. With we did like one pre-production with. Jakob Herman at Top Floor Studios, and then our old guitar player left, and then Jonathan joined. So then we finished writing record with Jonathan, since we felt he had the experience. And
does Jonathan have the songs also on the record, on the new record?
Yeah, he plays and he's helped us finish the record. So
perfect.
Yeah. So I think in October last year we started recording the album. So we did all the drums with Jakob Herman.
First of all, we need to tell that Jakob Herman works at the Top Floor Studios, which is like freaking super awesome like studios. Like they had the clients like Anthrax, Europe, all the best.
Yeah. Because we were talking about doing this album, we were like, our aim is to make everything 10 times better than before
and more metal.
And 12% more metal.
12% more. Wait, 12% more metal. But I like it. It's more metal.
Yeah. So we did the drums at his studio, and when you go there, it's gonna be good. He's a top professional, and he made the drum sound fucking epic.
I saw some photos from social media that just posted from the studios, and I could see your faces of you and Henrik, like just like blown away by the sound. And
we learned a lot working with him. So, and
that was the most important thing that you learned from.
That we're not as good as we think we are.
That's important. That's really important.
I think when you think you're good, reevaluate always, because the aim is always to make a better song, a better album. How can you evolve? Because going like this, just
horizontal.
Yeah, you want to always go up.
And let's improve each time.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be big changes, but it can be small things. Songwriting, learning from new people. Everybody thinks a different way. The more tools you have, the more tools you have to create.
So each time you were like giving ideas, and he said, so I'm giving more ideas.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah, it's like expanding your toolbox to create, It's same when we did the last album, we worked with Gustav Hector, and he plays drums in Bullet. So he helped us with more like a producer role. Like, oh, guys, think like this. Oh, now you're stuck in your old ways. Think like this. Oh, you should focus on this. And he helped us in a good way. He's like, you guys are about melodies and choruses. Focus on that. Skip all the long playing. And we were like, yeah, that's the way we have to go. That's the way we have to do it.
That was one of my questions. Were there like limitations when you were like recording the new album? Maybe creative focus, not necessarily a limitation, but maybe a focus.
A good chorus.
Good, like a hook or
chorus, melodies. Like for me, if a song is 3 minutes and 30 seconds, it's enough for a screamer song. But if the song is more epic, it can be longer. It depends on the song. But a good chorus, so everybody can sing along, have a good time, and a good hook and a melody, something that catches you right away.
And probably a short intro to the hook.
Yeah. Because I saw now when we played the Kingmaker today, after the first chorus, everybody sang along.
Exactly. I was there. Yeah. I saw it. Immediately.
So that's what we want. Directly.
Especially in the time of social media. I mean, Spotify and all stuff, you need to get attention really fast.
And it's not about the attention. It's more about how we like music. We like that stuff. A good sing along. Like not happy in the sense of not happy German power metal, but like you get a good energy from it,
So getting together and singing together.
Yeah. Like have everybody when the people come to a screamer show, we want people. Oh, fucking, that was a good show.
That's how I felt today.
And that's our goal. And even with songwriting, even if it's a more darker song, you still want to get that vibe, but in a different way, It has to be everything.
It's a magic.
Yeah. It's not easy always to explain how you write the songs, but sometimes they can come by themselves. Sometimes you work on them for a long time.
Sometimes you don't know how it happens.
No, I don't know how it happened. I forget it directly.
How do you write the music in your band? Andreas writes the lyrics, right?
Yeah, 90% of the time.
And how do you come up with the music? A little bit of riff there?
Usually it starts with a riff, and then we build an idea around that if we get a vibe. So if this is a cool riff, okay, let's build a song.
Do you do just like a jam together and then something comes up, or you just go, or it's like work, like you go and you think of stuff?
Both, I would say. Usually me and Henrik get together and I have a lot of ideas. Let's see if we can do something. And then we send it to Andreas, we record it because we have our own studio. So we're very privileged. So we record or we do like demos
at your home city.
Yeah. And then we send it to him and then he's like, do your thing. And then this time around, we rewrote a lot of the music to the vocals. Mm. So how can we make the vocals and then everything? So it's a process.
Was there like some thematic focus when you were like writing the new album? Not only like you said, 12% more metal, but maybe we need to maybe like ask Andreas, or maybe you can tell like maybe thematic from the lyrics point of view, because usually you sing like more about normally our lyrics are about life on tour, the joys of heavy metal, and the life that goes with it that you wrote.
On the press release. This time around, I don't know really. I think he just wrote lyrics, and but like I think he said something. It's like small stories. Some of the songs you should ask him, but I think if you look at the track list, You could piece it together as a concept, but it's not.
Yeah. Actually, about the track list, you're going on tour in North America, and you're gonna play with Hellfire, and you have a Hellfire as a track list.
Yeah.
Is it a small strategy to get like if you write a song and put it in a track list to go on tour with people? So the next song is Judas Priest and Iron Maiden.
No, the funny thing is there's also a song called The Traveler, and we just toured with Traveler in April.
Like, what the fuck, man?
I think that's just a coincidence.
All right, I'm sure next song's gonna be Judas Priest and like Iron Maiden. Saxon song, right? How did you get to work with Jakob Herman? How did it happen?
No, we just contacted him, and and like we have this project. Then before we recorded, went to his place for a whole weekend and did pre-production, and I was like, "Yep."
How long did the whole production?
We only did 3 days, so we did a couple of songs because we didn't have time. So
and the rest?
The rest we did by ourselves.
Oh, do it yourself in the studio at your home place.
Yeah.
Who was mastering and mixing everything?
Henrik Udd.
Henrik, or a different Henrik?
Not our Henrik.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Henrik Udd, he used to work at the Studio Fredman in Gothenburg.
All right.
So he's worked with At the Gates and Hammerfall and...
Exactly.
Yeah.
People who don't know.
Yeah. So I met him when Stryker was recording their album at Studio Fredman. And he was working as a co-producer engineer. And we stayed in touch. And this time around when we came to mixing the album, I gave him a call. I was like, "Hey, I have a job for you. Do you want to mix 10 songs?" Yeah.
And it worked out perfect.
He sent us the first... I called him. He's like, "Oh, what do you want the sound?" I was like...
Make it 12% heavy metal.
I was like, make it fucking big, huge, a heavy metal record. He's like, "Okay, I know exactly what to do." He sent us the first mix and everybody was like, "Yeah, this is it."
That's the shit.
Yeah. So working with him was so fucking, so good. It was so easy.
You recently got signed to EP04 Records.
Yeah.
It was the German label. How did it happen?
We recorded the album.
Which one?
The Kingmaker.
All right.
And we didn't have a record label.
All right. What about the previous label? The Sign Records.
No. We just wanted to do something else.
Okay. You decided to move on from the Sign Records.
Yeah. So for
your personal reason.
Yeah. We still work with them. We still
work with them.
We have our Highway of Heroes is still selling. So we still work. We just did a third pressing of that album on vinyl.
Oh, okay.
So
they're in the game.
Yeah, they're in the game. So we just contacted a bunch of labels after the record, when the record was in the mixing phase. And Steamhammer SPV was, when we talked to them, they're like, "Yeah, we have a plan for you guys." Okay. And we talked to them and we're like, "Yeah, this is the direction we want to go."
I read online that they were like keeping an eye on you for a long time.
Yeah. I don't know. You should ask.
You don't know. It's
maybe they did, but we've been around for such a long time. So
yeah, you've been around since 2009. At least Henrik and you.
Yeah, I joined 2011.
Oh, you joined each other. Henrik is the oldest member, I think.
We've been in the band since the first record.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't play in the first record, but I'm on the picture. So I got the easy job on that record.
I discovered you with the Heroes, the Highway.
The Highway of Heroes.
Highway of Heroes. Yeah. Because of these days, I discover bands visually. If they have a cool cover or something like this, that's how I discovered. So I knew it's Branca Studios because I know the style.
So, yeah. But the visual thing has always been something that's been important.
Was doing social media, Henrik, right?
Yeah.
It's really good. I was like doing research in you, like more like in depth, and I was listening to your music and like checking the Instagram, and it's like, you should do. You should take all the photos from Instagram, put it as a slideshow, and put your music on top. It's like a huge, like a memo, like journal.
Yeah, but every time we've been doing things now, like every time since we all live in different cities, we get together in the weekends and rehearse. So now almost every time we have a friend, he's a photographer. He comes down, he takes pictures. So we have something to post, and in good quality as well, because crappy pictures, nobody cares. The social media is that way. If it's not good quality, people don't give a fuck.
Exactly. That's how I discovered bands this time.
Yeah. So like all the stuff like when we recorded the music video for Kingmaker,
Which it comes out
September 16th.
September 16th.
Yeah.
It's a Friday.
Yeah. So I think 16th.
My episode comes out on Wednesday, and I already I remember that's on Friday.
I don't remember.
I remember. That's my job.
Yeah. So we have like behind the scenes stuff from a whole music video.
You have you're gonna release 2 or 3 more singles, right?
Yeah. One in I think October.
So the Kingmaker is on January 13th. Yeah. It's probably Friday again. The first single is September 16th.
Yeah.
And the rest maybe 1 month.
One in October and one in
1 month apart.
Yeah. The last one is in December, I think. It begins something. So there's gonna be 3 songs, 3 different songs. So
and music videos also.
Music videos for all 3, and T-shirts for all 3, and covers for all 3.
Really professional. Is it because you're assigned to a label, or is it
this? Everything we're doing now has been our plan. That's we've been planning during COVID. We have a plan how to do it, and we've been talking about this how to do it. And for this album, we're like, now we can do it. Let's do it
the proper way.
Yeah. Because earlier, before we didn't really have the knowledge, and we've been picking up knowledge and just looking at bigger bands, social media is like, why do they do it? How do they do it? Okay, you learn. You have to, if you don't aim to the top.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're gonna do it like
we're gonna do it the proper way.
Yeah. Our goal was like 10 steps up. If
what is your goal with this album? What do you want to achieve? World domination.
World domination. Yeah. No, I think we don't think we're gonna blow up and fucking be Metallica. I think
unless Stranger Things will put your song in.
Or if we get sued by Stranger Things.
Also possible.
Yeah.
Oh. So good.
Let them come. Who cares? No. Yeah. No, but I think taking steps in the right directions. Like now we're doing everything more professional, as you were saying, like more big time. And then live, bigger tours, bigger production, like expanding, but one step at a time.
I mean, but you're like a really touring band. You've done so many tours, so many shows, and you had in Austria and countries nearby, last days, 3 or 4 shows, something. Is it like a warm up for the North American tour?
No. We had this festival booked yesterday in Innsbruck, so we're like, there's no point for just going for one show. Let's put some more shows on.
Who's doing the booking?
Dragon Productions. We've been with them for a while now, and we're super happy. So
yeah, so you're not doing it yourself. So
not anymore. Henrik, our drummer, used to book everything before.
So what at the moment are you doing yourself, and what you're not doing? Booking is Dragon Productions. Management, Henrik is the manager.
Yeah.
So what does the label is doing for you?
The label is going to do all the promo for the record.
Who wrote the press release?
Some guy
at the record label.
Yeah, with Henrik.
Also with the description on what I want to say is the promo, the press release, and the description that you have on Spotify. Really good stuff. Yeah. Somebody wrote really good stuff. I don't know who it was.
The one on Spotify is Henrik.
I like it. Henrik, we love your description on Spotify that you wrote.
So we are a band that does a lot itself, but booking now Dragon takes care of that, and doing the whole label stuff, because we feel Steamhammer are gonna take us in the direction we need to go. They're doing the records, the whole bit,
the promotion. Aren't you afraid that they will put you in a marketing direction that they will say okay, maybe write a song a little bit different? Or
no, they didn't tell us anything on this album, I don't think.
What did they tell you when they signed you? Did they tell you, can you first of all, as a band, they tell you, I mean, we know that you're famous and stuff, that you're can you show us maybe your sales records just to know that you're legit, so that they know how much
I know they didn't ask, but we showed them anyway.
Yeah. You did.
Yeah, we showed.
Oh, you showed them.
Yeah. And there's nothing to hide. We need to have a professional relationship.
That's what I mean.
Because
Because
cards on the table. So I think, yeah, it's a partnership, They have a license deal and they have to sell our record,
that's what I mean. When I talk to young musicians, I tell that keep the information how much you sell because they will need it so that
But
you can prove.
Yeah, you have to have information on everything nowadays. Like just because you have 1 million streams of Spotify doesn't mean it's gonna come 10,000 people to your show. But still the streams are important. But you can measure everything differently. So I think it's a weird.
It's a weird mix of everything.
Yeah.
You need to have the followers, the streams, and sales.
And I think more than ever, you have to do your thing. It's like in Screamer, we do our thing. We don't focus on what the other people do. We do it our way. And I think in the long run, that shows itself. Like people see that you're putting in effort, you're doing the right things. So
I wanted to ask about your thing regarding the Kingmaker. You have the guy with wings,
Yeah.
the horse,
Yeah.
right? Which is it Archangel Michael or
no. That is our mascot.
That's what I wanted to ask. You started this mascot at with the third. No, which
He's been around on T-shirt prints since 2015.
who came up with it?
I don't know.
David Paul Seymour.
No. Yeah, he came. The guy who did our art before.
All right,
with them.
So the name.
Robin Gnista. But if people ask, the Demon Rider came to us mystically.
So and now it's your mascot. Now everywhere.
Yeah. So since Highway of Heroes, he's been on Highway of Heroes, then the live album we did, and now on Kingmaker.
That's why, because I started to see the pattern. I was like, okay, it's probably a spirit animals of some kind.
Yeah, and we call him the Demon Rider.
Demon
I
Rider.
just want to put in there that it was actually the single cover for On My Way that we released as a single in 2015. That's when the Demon Rider came into art.
Wait a second. Demon Rider is about the tour bus. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a blue Renault bus that fucked us so many times. We called it the Blue Demon.
Yeah, it's the first song of the album.
And we sing,
What's the name?
Death isn't black, it's blue. So it's a funny pun in that song.
And what was with the steering wheel?
Yeah, I was pulling out of Leipzig from Leipzig. We were supposed to drive to Barcelona, and the steering wheel fell off.
That's why. Well, man, did something like this happen since then on the tour?
It's so many things have happened. One time we left the van in Denmark because some filter was clogged or something. I don't know anything about cars.
Nothing drastic like a steering wheel falling off.
I know about guitars. I don't know anything about cars. But yes, we left the van in Denmark and took the train home.
Perfect. Fuck cars.
Yeah, we left the gear and everything. Fuck this shit. We're going home.
So my friend is going to Sweden in the next couple of weeks for a holiday.
Yeah.
And the question is, how do you guys a true metal Swedish experience the Screamer way?
The Screamer way. It's a shame he's going in 3 weeks now, or
Like in a couple of weeks.
okay. Usually there's a festival in beginning of May, June, Muscle Rock. That's where we always hang out. But going to the Abyss in Gothenburg, that's a good heavy metal pub.
Heavy metal pub. All right. Perfect.
In Gothenburg.
What about Stockholm?
I don't know. I don't go to Stockholm.
Fuck Stockholm.
You said it, not me. Malmö.
I said it. I've never been there. I can say that.
No.
I love Stockholm. I've never been there. I never don't know. It's a joke.
Yeah, Malmö. You have Plan B, and you have Malmö is a good city. You can go anywhere there. Gothenburg, they have also Rockbaren, but it's more. It's not as like 80s heavy metal. Like it's more true, like the Abyss. Yeah. Or going to the lakes in Sweden. It's always beautiful.
What's your favorite beer? Do you have a beer favorite?
Sweden?
Yeah.
What do we drink? We drink the cheap one, the A-Bro. It's the cheapest.
That's the real metal way.
Yeah. It's in Sweden. It's called Åbro.
Åbro.
Yeah. But then this famous rapper Eminem was in Sweden, and he thought it says A-Bro, like A-Bro.
So he ruins the whole brew.
And then they came out with a beer called like that for marketing reasons.
Whatever.
That's cheapest. I don't know. I like it. I like drinking like Guinness and stuff like that. That's
Me too.
yeah.
So give me the song.
Out of the Dark.
Alright, that was a cool song, and now let's talk to Legion of Bokor. Legion of Bokor, a great show. We're at Escape right now. Guys, could you please introduce yourself to our listeners so we know your voices?
Yeah, sure. I'm the singer, the Mosh.
I'm Steve. I'm the bass player.
I'm Sleaze, one of the guitarists.
First of all, again, thank you very much for the show. It was great. The sound was great. Obviously, I know Legion of Bokor personally. We did a couple of projects together. I made some music videos. We need to address the lineup change a little bit. I don't know some people here. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, sure. We've got a new bass player and we've got a new guitar player. That's Steve and Sleaze sitting right next to us right now. Yeah, we just had to change the setup a little, but our other guitar player, Randy Reed, and our drummer, Alex, are still the old guys as they used to be.
Can you tell us a little bit about the story of Legion of Bokor?
So we founded the band in about 2010. It came out of another band I used to play in, and the original lineup was pretty different to nowadays lineup. So I'm the only one left of the original lineup. Yeah, we were just guys having fun, making music, and teamed up to do some we called it zombie metal that days.
Why?
Because Bokor is a priest, a Tahitian voodoo priest, whose magic is making zombies out of dead bodies, bringing the dead to life again.
Wow. Did you know that?
Yeah, as a friend of mine said, it's like zombie metal. No, it's not death, but it's living death metal.
I didn't know this. You don't have any info about the name of the origins of the band or anything.
Yeah, I don't think that's too important.
Well, it is important in a way.
We were looking for a name that no other band has.
It's true. Nobody has it.
So it's so difficult to find a name for a new band that doesn't exist anywhere in Milwaukee or somewhere else on the world.
Have you heard about this band before?
Sorry, what's the question? I didn't get it.
Have you heard about this band before?
You're talking about the Legion of Bokor?
Yeah.
Well, you mean before I was playing in it?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. No, I must confess I'm not a big expert in the local metal scene, but I'm getting into it. I'm growing into it. So this gives me a good opportunity to learn new things about the local scene while living through it.
How did you end up in Legion of Bokor?
Funny story. I played in a few cover bands. Nothing big, nothing special. Was always searching for a serious band, and I was talking about my problem of not being able to find a serious band with one of my work colleagues, and he knew the Legion of Bokor, so he just recommended me, and that's how I got to know the guys. And ever since then, they accepted me, luckily, and yeah, that's how I got into it.
What time ago? When did you join? When?
I think that was probably around 3 to 4 months ago.
You?
I'm in like almost a year, like 10 months or something.
Really? Time goes by so fast.
It's really fast. And big up to Andrei, the working colleague of Sleaze, who brought us together. He's a big fan of the band and attended lots of concerts.
Yes. Shout out. We need to give shout outs to everybody who helped the Legion of Bokor.
Yes.
All right. So you had like how many albums? 2.
2.
Right. Are you working on the new album at the moment?
We are going to start working on a new album as soon as the band is stable again. So, Steve and Sleaze are pretty new to the band, so we have to just make sure that all the songs are on the set list again, and then we're going to work on new stuff.
All right. So you need to settle down, find the new sound. But how was was it the first time you played tonight live?
Not the first time in my life playing live on a stage, but the first time in this lineup in the Legion of Bokor, yeah.
And for you?
No, we've been playing a couple of shows before. Yeah.
So how was your experience? Was it like a little bit nerve-wracking?
Not at all, I must say. No, we prepare very, very good twice a week usually. So yeah, and by taking it that serious, at a smaller gig like tonight, I think nobody's really nervous.
I am. I still am really nervous before every show until the half of the first song is over. Then it's gone.
How do you get pumped up before the gig?
It's just so much work to do. There is no time to pump up.
You just it's time to
it's just
destroy
building the stage and sound check and everything, taking care of the merchandise, and then the show starts. So there is no time for
that's for you.
But there's actually a thing that you're getting used to. Just do all the work, take a deep breath, and then start the show. That's something you get used to in over the time playing music.
All right. And what about you?
For me, it's usually enough to take one look at all the hot girls in the audience before stepping on stage, and that gets me pumped up, usually.
How old are you?
I'd like it to remain a mystery, but I'm going to confess that I'm 23.
Are you the youngest member of the band?
Judging by pure numbers, probably, but I would definitely
Spiritually, no.
spiritually not, and also all the guys look good. So I would say that we look about the same age, but the real numbers are different.
Are they giving you some hard time?
No, they're very supportive of newbies. So yeah, I can't complain.
Do you think you're a newbie?
In the band, yes, I joined 3 months ago, so I am. Yeah.
Well, maybe you never know. Did you have to pass some kind of test?
Like an initiation test or something? No, not really, I would say. No.
Really?
It was today was the initiation test.
Did he pass?
The first show, absolutely. All those solos he had to play, he played really good. So nothing to complain about.
Yeah, as I said, as being in the audience, everything was great. I mean, the sound was great. People really reacted really well. Good stuff. So if you have some anxiety issues or something like this, no problem. Everything went fine. Legion of Bokor is known for the lyrics. I would say you put a lot of social issues in the lyrics, right?
Absolutely.
Do you think that the lyrics take attention away from the music?
I don't think so. I think when you're in the audience hearing the songs, you focus on music. And if you're really interested what the lyrics are about, then you have the possibility to dive into it and have a look at the lyrics. But I think the thing in the front is always the music.
Is it possible to express your views without lyrics?
That is a tough question.
I always it's a tough question.
maybe if you give me something to paint on stage,
Can I dance my name or what?
something like that. No, I'm better in words than in other expression stuff.
Would you, for example, if you're listening to an artist and famous artist that you really like, let's say, for example, it doesn't matter, I'm sure, and then the political views of this person change, would you still continue listening to the music?
That's pretty tough too, because the separation between art and artist is something that you can't say is right or wrong. You got a lot of houses in Vienna built by pedophiles. So like Adolf Loos, for example, a huge architect who has been pedophile. Many books of like Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland, stuff like that. There are some really difficult personalities, and it's pretty hard to make a separation between art and artist.
When you know about the story, for example, I did know about Lewis Carroll and about now you ruined my
You're welcome. Look up David Bowie. Yeah, look up David Bowie. He's pretty difficult.
All right, you mean like to check out about him and
check out what he did, and then think if you like his music again.
All right, so you want to ruin another thing for me?
No, I don't want to ruin it for you, but I think
to open your eyes and open to the truth.
It's important to see the people behind art too. So, for example, I do not longer listen to anything by Marilyn Manson.
Oh,
yeah, he was one of the guys that just confessed or. Where just people talked about what he did and how disrespectful he is. We all knew that he was disrespectful, but we thought it was his character on stage. Turns out it was not just his character on stage, and therefore I think it's pretty important to look at the personalities of people and then to decide if you really want to support these persons.
So you don't listen, okay. What about you? Now you know the story. Are you going to continue listening to the Marilyn Manson and the rest of the people? David Bowie?
I've never been into Manson anyways, but I do like complicated artists. Because if you like look into Molly Crew or like some of them glam rock bands back in the 80s, 90s, they were, from today's point of view, like really complicated to accept. But then again, it's like it was back in the time, and I hope they grew, and I don't care that much.
What about you? Do you want to be a complicated person?
Do I want to be? I think no one wants to be a complicated person, but many.
Maybe complicated is interesting.
Yes, it's also a thing that maybe many people play with on stage in their personal lives, in dating, you name it. Millions of applications of creating, personality and alter ego, maybe multiple different characters acting, right? So, I mean, we're going too deep down the rabbit hole now, I think, but it's an interesting topic, yes, and I'm aware of it.
What's the stage for you? Is it something that for you to be who you are, or to create somebody completely different, to feel free?
I will take a holistic approach in answering this question. If I would need to boil it down to two things, then I would probably say the stage is number one, an environment where I can truly detach from, everyday life and all the pain and like maybe bad things that happen in your everyday life, right? So it's a form of therapy, you could say. Second of all, it's a show, obviously. I've always loved shows in all forms. So I definitely like the show aspect of stepping on stage and just delivering a good show.
Same question.
I didn't get the question.
The question, stage, somebody so that you be free, so you can be true yourself, or is it something that you create a personality and be somebody else and then in this way be free?
No, I actually am my own self on stage. Like there's no big show or whatever. It's just me having fun, playing music. But I'd like to detach like the public life from the private things. So there's a little bit of a, just a difference in between these two guys, like the guy on stage and the
stage is different from life.
Yeah, it is, but then again, it's just not that artificial person that I created. It just took a name which is nice, and I thought it would sound nice, and that's it, pretty much.
I think being on stage is my job on stage is to entertain.
Job.
Yeah, that's my job. People are coming to see us because
responsibility.
They just pay for us to make music, and they get what they ordered.
Do you think that you already start to become like a service thing? Because you said job, ordered things, so it sounds like if you go to a McDonald's and you order something and then you
but compared with the art. Or
is it still art?
Combined with the art, yeah, sure.
When art stops becoming art, at what point?
Yeah, I know this question.
I mean, I don't think there's an answer, but it's just interesting. It's I don't know.
Absolutely, it's handcraft on the one hand and art on the other hand. So when somebody is making a table, what does he have to do to make this handcraft art? That's a legit question. I can't answer it. If it would just be about making music, we could stay in the rehearsal studios and make music for ourselves to have fun and to tell us how good we are and how good it feels to write songs. That's the one thing. I think that's art. And the other thing is to get on stage, to entertain, to show people what we created.
Do you need to get paid for that always?
No, we usually don't. As a local band, usually we are happy to get something to eat and to drink. So this.
Do you have plans to go commercial? Maybe concentrate more on getting more money for each of the gigs?
Yeah, I think that is what everybody who makes music is longing for, being able to make music for a living. And I think that's just like a jackpot in the lottery or something like that. You need lots of luck, you need lots of dedication, and then maybe there is a chance to make your living with music, but you can't plan that. Or you can plan that if you have a lot of money in the beginning.
If you're lucky and you got somehow the money,
Yeah, absolutely. Just like
the band Ghost.
Yeah, how to make millions with music is you start with billions.
yeah, just take a look at the. I actually don't know the charts right now, but when I'm thinking of charts, it feels like everything sounds the same, and there are 2 or 3 people producing the first 20 or 30 songs, and that's just to make money.
Pretty much like that. Well, that's why it's. You're talking about pop music or in general, or rock,
Pop
metal.
music. Pop music.
Yeah, pop music is always about the money. Unfortunately, pretty much. That's why it's pop music, right? Why I mentioned Ghost is that, as I heard, they had a good starting position. The main, I think, guitarist or somebody of the Ghost, he had money from the family or inherited. There was a starting capital. That's why they got some starting position. That's what I heard. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong.
I didn't know that, but it helps if there is a lot of money.
You check out about the Ghost. I'll check about David Bowie. Let's ruin each other. Okay, so what's the plan then for Legion of Bokor in this case? What are you planning to do, at least for this year?
We want to work on new stuff this year. If possible, we would like to release at least 1 new song until the end of the year. Let's see if that works. And we will just continue making music and trying to get on stage as often as possible.
Any already planned concerts in the future?
Yeah, there are 2 more shows in Vienna, I think on November 22nd and on January 31st. But we don't know exactly right now what is going to happen then. And there is still something called the pandemic.
Yes, we're still living in a pandemic. It's for the future people who's listening to it in 3 years. Guys, I don't want to bother you too much. Give me the song.
Take The Day I Killed Chuck Norris, because I think it's funny. If you want to take a deep dive into the lyrics, you can find a lot of Game of Thrones references, and you can find a lot of political statements in there. And I think it's fun, and it's something to think about if you want.
Nights, 100 nights, 'll make you culture out.
Hell yeah, it was a cool song. Thank you very much, Legion of Bokor. And thank you, everybody. Screamer, Legion of Bokor, everybody who participated. And thank you, dear listener, for staying that long to the end. It was a nice evening at the escape bar. It was Sunday, so not so many people. But those people who came were the real fans of those bands. Man, it was really nice. Good sound, good music, good atmosphere. It was great. Really enjoyed it. We recorded all the interviews right after the gigs, just right after the Screamer gig. So Dejan was like really pumped after the gig, right after the Screamer gig. And then I got a little bit tired. And then we did the Legion of Bokor interview and my energy went a little bit down. But anyways, the guys were really good. Thank you again. And I think we need to thank Willy. I think he booked the bands. So thank you, Willy, at the escape bar for bringing those bands together. That's cool. Anyways, don't forget to follow, subscribe, check out the Patreon page, please. Yeah. And yeah, new episode soon. A biggie. It's a biggie, trust me. A lot of bands. Damn it. It's so hard to prepare the interviews. It's like each time it's an exam. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for staying that long, for listening to all this crap, my crap. And I wish you all the best. Have a nice evening and hear each other next time. Bye!